Welcome to URL's Battle Rap Arena with Street Star Noise, Hip Hop Psycho, Jessie Rican. What's good, guy?
I'm good. Jesse, how's the hangover?
Yeah. URL's Battle Rap Arena was good.
Now let's start off by saying, Revelations was a great night. The battles were crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty dope. But my highlight of the night was Jessie Rican. I got there about, I want to say 12:15, right? 12:15.
Mm.
But Jessie was already there. Now, we finally get in the building. 2 seconds into the building, Jessie has a tall can of beer. I sit there, I look at him, I'm like, this nigga's drunk. I said, all right, you know what? I mean, not drunk, he's about to get it started.
Yeah.
2 hours later, I see Jessie, and he's slurring. He can't even talk English. And if you ever met Jessie, he already looks retarded. So, now you can imagine Jessie drunk out of his mind. And he's walking around, people are running away from him. K-Shine ran away from him about 3-4 times. Kept asking K-Shine, I'm that mob. And K-Shine's like, who is this queer? I mean, who is this gay guy? Pardon that.
Nice.
He's like, this is real. This is facts. This is actually facts.
What did I say? K-Shine, I'm that my what?
You kept apparently you would try to do the same thing that you were doing to Rex, which made me really uncomfortable because I'm standing there and Jessie wouldn't stop hugging Rex, and I'm looking at Rex's face, and Rex is kind of getting like why does Jessie keep touching me? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, where's the camera? This nigga does not want to let go of Rex. Like he was like almost. It was very uncomfortable. And Rex kept looking back like, why is Jessie right here? And why is he hugging me? But, you know, K-Shine was just like, get away from me. Like, he would cross the street. Then Jessie would follow him across the street. Then K-Shine would go to the next street. He'd follow him. It was ridiculous. To the point where K-Shine wanted to file sexual harassment against Jessie. It was crazy. You guys had to beat her. Jessie Rican, this is all facts. This is facts. If you don't believe me, how drunk was Jessie Rican at the event? Psycho, you could start it off.
Yeah, Jessie was real drunk. When I got there, he was already working on like his third beer, and when he got number 4, I told him to slow down. And yeah, like 3 minutes later, I turned around, he had another tall can with him. Like. Yeah, I was like I was trying to get people to stop buying them stuff to drink, and yeah, it was bad.
The crazy thing is,
shout out all to all the fans that got me a drink.
Yeah, apparently all the fans in there got him a drink. There was about 300 of them that got him a drink. we were sitting there, and by the way, the bartender at Rebel was unbelievably hot. Like I was sitting there, like wow, she was hot. And I asked her to get him water, and I told Jessie. As drunk as he was, Jessie, drink this water. You are scaring people. People stopped wanting to interview with Battle Rap Arena because Jessie looked crazy. Matt Hoffa ran away from Jessie.
One.
People were running away from Jessie all night because he looked insane. And I give him water. I said, Jessie, drink this water. You cannot drink no more. 5 minutes later, comes back with another beer. I'm like, what in the fucking world is the matter with this guy? But having said that, all in all, it was a great night. I'm very proud of my little sister. A lot of people say she had the performance of the night. Shout out to Jazz the Rapper. It was dope, man, from start to finish. Shout out to Bow Wow, man. He showed a lot of love. He came through, showed me a lot of love, showed you all a lot of love. Stood there for damn near all the battles. It was crazy, man. It was definitely. Yeah, what are you saying, Jesse?
No, I was going to say, before we get into the predictions, we actually have 2 people to join us for the predictions.
with predictions if we're recapping. Apparently, it's still.
I mean, recapping. My bad, I'm not recapping.
You must still be drunk.
Now, who's here? Who's here? Is this Nate?
We got Nate from Straight Stunning Magazine.
Okay. Nate, now, Nate, I got to touch on this real quick. How crazy did Jessie look?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
How crazy did Jessie look at the battle?
I'm more here on Jessie called me yesterday and asked me to side with him last night. He called me last night and asked me if I would could you at least take up for me if they start to team up on me. Can you at least help me and take up for me? So I said okay. So I decided what I would do was I would just play nil on answering those questions right there. Jessie, he definitely had drinks, as much as I'll say on that. That cool, Jess? Had a lot of drink.
Jessie looked like he had an IV, right, with a keg connected to it. Like, it was crazy. Like he's walking around the building. People, like Jessie would go to the left side of the building, people would move to the right. Jessie would move to the right, people would move to the left. Nobody wanted to be around Jessie Rican. And then he had the Columbine leather jacket on. And he just looked crazy.
Nah, the leather jacket is hot. The leather jacket is hot.
Jessie, you don't even believe that. But anyways, what's up?
Yo, make sure they check out, man, the new Straight Stunting Battle Tested featuring Mav Hoffa and Loaded Lux, man. It's a new issue out right now, issue number 24, featuring NYB's own Mav Hoffa and Harlem's beloved I Am Loaded Lux. Yes, Loaded Lux, man. Straight Stunting Magazine, issue number 24 is out right now, y'all.
Yes, sir. Make sure you go cop that. Shout out to Nate. Shout out to Slay. Shout out to everybody. But Wilson, you got Vici on the line?
Yeah.
Yep. Vici, what's good?
What's going on, bro? I mean, if Nate doesn't want to touch on that, Jessie looked like crazy at night. I ain't even gonna lie, man.
Jessie doesn't believe me that K-Shine was running from him the entire night. Literally.
Yeah, there was a point where Jessie was like, yo, can I just talk to K-Shine? I was like, yo, just chill for a second. I'm just trying to do something. And then I just watched Jessie look like at the sky, and then he looked at K-Shine again and walked towards it again. And I was like, oh, man. Someone about to get mad hopping for real, yo.
Bro, the crazy thing is, it was me, Rex, and I don't even know who else, and we were about to take a picture together, and Castro. So it's four of us, and we're trying to take the picture. So we asked Jessie to take the picture. And it's pretty simple. You click the camera, and it snaps. It took Jessie about an hour to do that, drunk. Then after he takes the picture, he just starts hugging Rex. And I'm looking at Rex, and I'm like, why do you keep hugging Rex, my nigga? Rex is starting to get really uncomfortable. Rex had a sweat, and he had the ski hat on. He was like, my nigga, why are you here? Jessie, what was going through your mind when you were hugging Rex? Like that? Can you tell me?
Easy.
I mean, it's a fair question, because there was a lot of women there, and you just wanted to be near Rex. I don't know. I just want to. Can you tell us why?
I was trying to holler at a chick there. I was trying to holler at Duchess.
Okay, she left around 4, actually. So you're lying. So apparently you were trying to holler.
No. Psycho was there. Psycho, you were there? Psycho
I was there
when I was trying to talk to Duchess. She did leave early, but Duchess I was trying to talk to.
Yeah, he got crushed with her.
Anyways, let's get into the show. The event was crazy. The battles were dope. The majority of the battles were competitive, except for maybe 2 of them. Well, I don't know, but that's what people are saying. It was dope, man. I mean, let's get to it. I mean, what did you feel Psycho, as an overall event? Because you got to walk around, you got to see the atmosphere. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was a nice event. I mean, it was done spur of the moment, and I felt like it was a nice turnout for the short amount of time it got put together. And the battles was decent. I I'm gonna save it for individual when we get to them one by one. But yeah, as an overall event, I thought it was good though, and it was cool. Like you said, it was cool to see Bow Wow there and everything and supporting. So yeah, it was a nice event.
Yeah, now Bow Wow showed a lot of. But let's get to the battles since we're all here anyway. We're gonna start off with the first battle, which was Rosenberg Raw versus Big K. Let's start off with the first round. This was my take on the first round. Big K. First of all, I hated his leather jacket. It was about a 7X. He looked insane, but he started going off, and he might have one of the best first rounds I've ever heard. He started spazzing like to the next level. Like he had some bars in that I was hearing, and I was looking at Rosenberg, and I was like, if Rosenberg Raw doesn't come with it, he's gonna die. That's how crazy his first round was. And Rosenberg, in my opinion, he went off round one. He did his thing. Let's start with Nate. What was your take on round one, and who did you give it to? Apparently, Nate, you did shit. So
no. I had to pull the phone down for a second, fellas. My bad. I'm on daddy duty.
I said, what was it? Did you hear the question?
Yeah, you gotta ask me the question. You know, I just did the worst thing you do on talk radio, which is to not hit the question.
I said, what did you feel about Big K versus Rosenberg Raw in the first round?
The first round, I wasn't shocked with Big K's performance at all. Before the battle started, the first thing I said for that night was that Big K absolutely could not afford, for the crowd, he could not afford two things. He could not afford to make the battle debatable, and he could not afford to choke. He can't afford those two things. If he did those two things, Rosenberg was going to capitalize on it because he would be able to get his energy from that. And in order for K, like it's been a pretty decent distance between Big K's last battle. You know what I'm saying? And his buzz kind of phased out a little bit because, a lot of battles, like the Summer Madness, like everything that's going Summer Madness, JC and Chilla Jones, like it's been a lot of things that happened between now and K's battle being, you know what I'm saying, so his debut, his URL debut on the PGs. But I felt like he could have had a stellar performance and it would have been, the sky's the limit for him. But his first round started off, it was incredible. And I thought going into the, I was like, yo, his second and third, anything like this or it's better than this. If this is his worst round, Rosenberg doesn't have a chance,
Lord.
But, so.
Okay, let's go to Vici. Vici, what was your take on the first round?
First round, I really thought that Big K's round was crazy. It's not really what he says all the time. It's just how he says it, and he makes you feel his shit. Pause. You understand? And I thought the same thing. I thought Rosenberg had no chance. You understand? And I mean, like I said, that's on the first round. You heard? His round was crazy. One of the craziest rounds I've ever heard. Ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cycle, what was your take on the first round?
Yeah, my take on the first round was pretty much the same as everybody else's. I felt like Big K won the first. I felt like he came out going bananas. I forgot most of the stuff he was saying. I would repeat it anyway, but yeah, he was going crazy. And Rosenberg, I felt like Rosenberg had a decent first. I don't think it was better than Big K's though. But yeah, so I gave Big K the first round.
Now, I don't even want to ask Jesse because he was drunk chasing around Rex. So let's get to the second round.
Nah, hold on. I could give opinion on the first round. Hold on.
Okay.
Nah. All right, now, Big K.
Yeah, he was only 3 beers in by then, but go ahead.
No, he wasn't that drunk. He wasn't that drunk yet. That was the first battle.
Okay, my fault.
Nah, Big K spazzed out. I actually, can I paraphrase a line that he said, or should I not?
Sure, whatever, it don't matter.
When he said, your girl has the IQ of a 2 Chainz fan, and whenever I see her, I break her walls down like the Kool-Aid Man. Some shit like that. That shit was hot.
Yeah, that was
like,
crazy.
he spazzed that first round. And Rosenberg, like, it was pretty much how I was expecting the battle to go at that point. I thought Rosenberg was going to put up a decent enough battle, but was going to lose every round like that. So, like, yeah, Big K definitely won round 1.
Okay, now, the round that people, I was going to round 2, and a lot of people felt like Rosenberg kind of took the momentum, but Big K went first, and I love Big K's second round. I think he had a line where he said, what the fuck did he say? That he was kind of breaking down how, because a lot of people didn't catch what he was doing, because, Big K got a couple of years on Rosenberg, and whoever the asshole is that keeps closing the door, can you please mute him? Jessie, obviously, that's him. What was I saying? I said, he was kind of breaking down in the second round how Rosenberg was young, and he talks the street stuff. And Big K was locked up when he was 16. So Big K had a line that was crazy where he was like, he goes, even since I was a kid, I was battling in the top tier, referencing jail. I thought that was one of the craziest lines of the night. I was like,
yes, sir.
That was crazy. And a lot of people didn't really catch it. Like, I was like, bro, I think his second round was phenomenal. Now, Rosenberg, it's kind of crazy because unless you know Big K, personals can work against you or can work for you. And this night, this person worked for Rosenberg because nobody really is familiar with K. And if you remember the first time Big K battled, he said, I missed my brother's funeral for this battle.
To be here. Yeah.
And to be here. Now, crazy thing is, K doesn't have a brother. So, but people, whatever. But Rosenberg Raw took that angle, because who the hell knows that Big K doesn't have a brother, and ran with it, and that was a key angle in the second round. And that was his best round. That round right there was crazy. And he kind of swung the momentum. You know what I mean? Nate, what did you think about the second round?
Well, I am here, and I did hear the question. I absolutely agree. I thought it's so many of his bars, man, went over the heads of the crowd in that second round. With
Whose
K.
bars you talking about? Oh, Big K, okay.
Big K first. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about him first. So, a lot of his bars went over the head. Like, the top tier bar almost completely lost the crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of, like, they had no idea what that meant. You know what I'm saying? And, like nobody had their thinking caps on for that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when Rosenberg, and so I'll leave it with Big K at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still consistent. Bar-wise, K was consistent the entire time. From the first round into the second round, he was definitely consistent.
Yeah,
His energy didn't change, though. He didn't raise the bar energy-wise. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of sat in the pocket with it. You know what I mean? But Rosenberg Raw's energy, though, went from first gear to second. You know what I'm saying? Like, he absolutely shifted gears and started to pick up momentum. You know what I'm saying? Pick up speed in that second round, because he absolutely grabbed the crowd and he captivated the crowd in a way that, that round is what was the decisive round. In my opinion, that round was the decisive round of the entire battle. To me, and what swayed the entire crowd and Twitter world and everybody that's commenting on it. And I'm seeing a lot of comments, and I'm like, wow, man, that round right there absolutely swayed the crowd. Unfortunately for K, the word consensus right now, until people see it, for them, actually see it on camera. And, say, oh, okay, well, now I got to see it. Thousands of people, tens of thousands of people is going to see it, So, Rosenberg, I think it was a good round for both of them. I love the angle Rosenberg took. But in terms of the crowd in the building, Rosenberg won that round based off that. You know what I'm saying? The second round. So I gave K the first. Rosenberg the second, just based off the energy he got from the crowd and the angle. The bars weren't better, but the entire scheme, the approach that he took, the angle he took, he won that round.
You know what's crazy? I think that round is gonna, like, a lot of people in the building were saying Rosenberg, and deservingly so. But I think when it goes on camera, it's gonna be a lot more debatable. I think because I was sitting there and I was hearing K, and I was like, yo, he is that top tier shit. Like the way he broke down.
Yeah, that was
you know, when like, cause his whole angle in the round 2 was basically, you know, you're talking that street shit, right?
He was G-checking him in the second round.
Exactly, and a lot of people didn't catch that. He was like, bro, like, I was 16 doing, 3-4 years, like, you was only 11 or whatever he is, or like 10 years old. That was a crazy angle, like, the way he did it. It was really dope. I think that round's going to be debatable. Psycho, what was your take on that?
Yeah, like Nate said, K came in strong again in the second round. I don't think his second round was as good as his first, but I don't think it was bad at all. I think, like he said, I think he pretty much leveled out after at the second round. I think that was it was a solid round. It was a solid round, but I don't think he took it up another notch after the first. Yeah. And Rosenberg definitely took it up another notch in the second round. And like you said, like the whole scheme he took with the whole, brother angle and everything, like, it was
crazy.
It was crazy. Like the whole crowd felt him when he was saying what he was saying and whatever. And he stole the crowd with that. And I don't think he stole the battle, but that definitely made it a fight. That round right there made it a fight, and I had it 1-1 going into the third.
Veach, what was your take on that?
Honestly, like you said, when it comes out and you see it on film, I really think that, like, the second round, it was a debatable round. It could have went both ways. It could have went either way. I break it down like as an even round, you understand? I don't really think that Rosenberg took the round. Me personally, knowing that Big K doesn't have a brother, I was like, damn, like, that's a sick thing to say, but he don't have a brother. So it didn't really apply to me as me knowing Big K don't got a brother. But I think that it's Big K first round, second round, I think it was even. That's my opinion.
I mean, it was crazy 'cause, like, who's to know? Like, it's a dope angle to take. You know what I mean? But,
I mean, whether or not he has a brother or not, it was still effective. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing.
I think Rosenberg spazzed that second round.
Yeah, but
in the building, he got the job done.
The key turning point in that round was the whole brother thing.
Yeah,
and it's a personal. That's the thing when it comes out, that he doesn't have a brother. How are people going to look at that? So it's going to kind of be like, wait a minute, like, you know what I mean? But having said that, it was the brilliant angle to take. Like, literally, it was a brilliant. But Rosenberg didn't know he had. Yeah, Rosenberg didn't know he'd have a brother, so it was genius for him. That was one of the best strategies, strategic moves I've ever seen Rosenberg do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was a crazy move.
Rosenberg definitely spazzed that round. I mean, whether the fact still remains if he has a brother or not, I still think that Rosenberg is going to come out winning that second round on camera. We'll see them.
Well, we'll see, because I think it's going to be close. Now, the third round, this is the telling round. Big K goes first, and inexperience kicks in. This is how I feel. I think Big K was going, and he forgot his rhymes. And a vet would kind of slow up and try to catch himself, and he basically snapped and lost his cool. And, eventually he got back. He still had bars, but his energy went down. You could see it in his face. He was disappointed. And that really hurt him. Now, Rosenberg might be younger, but he's had multiple battles on the URL, and I think his experience in the ring and it seems like he's matured more as a battler, and he just started spazzing around there, and he went off. And he finished strong, and Big K didn't finish strong. What was your take on round 3, Nate?
Well, I'm not one. I hate for fans to want any of the paddlers to choke in order for their favorite to win by default, because that's what I call it. Like, that's a victory by default. Which one of the battles we'll talk about later on, I'll explain that further.
Yeah.
I hope people, or the listeners, will understand exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, K man, like that the thing like that today becomes the distinction between where people separate choking and stumbling, because K didn't choke, he stumbled. You know what I'm saying? He stumbled, and then he had to pause because the crowd reacted the way they did. So we had to wait for the crowd to settle back down, and then he started over. You know what I'm saying? Well, he stumbled because obviously he forgot his rhyme. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, he stumbled over his words, and it was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, a choke is when a guy has to forfeit the round and just, you know, pretty much, just go ahead, let him go. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a choke. Like, you choke where you couldn't even get your shit, I mean, you know, couldn't even get your rhymes back started. As far as, Rosenberg, he capitalized on that, I think. I think that because he ended strong, and when K ended his round, K ended his round by literally waving his hand at the, like, I'm done, man. Like, you know what I mean? He ended his bars and then just kind of, he didn't end it strong at all. He ended it like he was so sick of, he didn't even want to, like, he was done, like, I'm done, man, I'm done. You know, and it was like, oh, wow. If he would have ended it with more confidence and, you know what I'm saying, and all of that, like, I think it would have been a more even round. But because he ended it the way he did, he allowed, you know what I'm saying, like Noah said, like, he allowed the inexperience to kick in the end. Rosenberg took that, and he literally, that was his energy. He had the momentum, and his energy was gaining off that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more he was losing his, he was gaining his. Like, Rosenberg was gaining his as K was losing his. You know what I'm saying? So, again, dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope, man. Like, it was, good for Rosenberg.
It was a really good battle.
Counting him out. Huh?
I thought it was a really good battle all in all.
Yeah, very good battle, man. Very good battle.
Psycho, this is a 718 number. That's my man Ruckus from Jetlag TV. Can you plug him in real quick in the interview? Let's get to Jessie. What was your take on it?
I mean, I was having this conversation with somebody, and they brought up a good point. They said Big K lost the battle more than Rosenberg won that.
It was me, Jessie.
No, it was somebody else. But I think you mentioned it too. But it's a great point because Rosenberg, not that he didn't spaz that third round, because that was another great angle he took with, like, oh, so what, you expected me to choke or spit some shit for my third round, because that's what people were expecting, and it kind of like the exact opposite happened. His opponent choked. So, I mean, Nate said that Rosenberg won by default. I say yes, but it doesn't take away from Rosenberg's lines. So
absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, a win is a win at the end of the day. And, I gave it 2-1 to Rosenberg.
Vici, what was your take on the third?
As a Rosenberg hater, to be honest with you, because I am a Rosenberg hater, to be honest with you. I don't like Rosenberg. I was very, very, very upset about, Big K slip up. But like I said, it happens to the best of us. The problem is, like Nate said, when the crowd boos you, it really makes it look like a choke because you are not able to, like, catch yourself right away unless you really, really catch yourself in the second that you do it. You understand? I'm going to give the third round to Rosenberg, but I still say, like North said, it's going to be a battle debatable on camera because that second round could go either way. And that first round is so decisive that DK won because it was one of the best rounds of the night. You understand?
Yeah. Now,
so
it was a really good battle. I think Rosenberg definitely stepped this shit up.
No, can I say this real quick? No.
Yeah.
If y'all were to print that battle out on paper, bar for bar, K wins that battle by a long shot.
Yep.
K wins that battle by a long shot. You print that out on paper, that battle, his rhymes and his rhymes, he wins by a long shot. Let me say that.
Nah, I mean, I feel you like this. You know what's crazy about Big K, man? I had tweeted the day after. I had tweeted he's top 5, one of the most talented writers I've ever been around.
Unreal. His pen game is unreal, man. K proved it. His pen game is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I spoke to K. He was a little disappointed, but it's an experience. Like that's why a lot of people that try to jump in the ring. Man, I should be on the stage. I'm better than these dudes. I should be here. Bro, take your time. And that's why I respect Chilla Jones so much, because Chilla Jones is the most professional individual I might have ever been around in terms of dealing with his career and stuff.
Yeah,
and he's just like, I'd rather just continue to just progressively grow, and I'm not in no rush. And he's continuing to collect classics and more classics and more classics. And I think Big K got to take that attitude and just continue to go and go.
Absolutely.
Because Big K is a star. He is a superstar. Like
Absolutely.
I don't know if I've been around a more talented writer than him, and he's phenomenal. But that leaves a perfect. Actually, is Ruckus there? Ruckus, you there?
718. You didn't. I got like 3 718s. You gotta be more specific.
Go through it real quick. Go through the 718 so I know.
718. You there?
Yo.
Who's this?
It's Rucker Randy, man. Dark Skin Jesus. Jetlag TV in the building.
Yeah, you said you wanted to make some points. What's up, brother?
I just wanted to throw something out there real quick, man. What's going on nowadays, I hear a lot of people complaining about the crowd and things like that. Battling has become such a huge sport that you can't be mad at the crowd anymore. You know going in nowadays that the crowd is going to be a part of the environment, whether they're going to rock with you or they not. We all know that that's going in. That's going to be there. So when you stumble a little bit, I understand at times the crowd can mess everybody up. It's not saying it's not possible, but we can't no longer give MCs credit like, the crowd did this to him. The crowd did that to him because he came there to perform for that crowd. You feel what I'm saying? Now, not to take nothing away from Big K, I agree with y'all 110. Big K, talented brother. He did his thing, man. Big K shut it down. I'm disappointed that he slipped up because I would have preferred to see it, a flawless performance. But I don't feel nobody's giving Rosenberg any credit for the growth he's shown since he's been on the URL.
I definitely think he has. I definitely think he's showing a lot of growth.
That's the new thing. That's the new thing with a lot of these battle rappers right now. There's people out there that's showing growth. It ain't the same artist you see every event. You keep coming with the same, as Hitman said, you keep coming with the same moves. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to hold up every battle. And it's starting to show. Shout out to K-Shine, you know what I mean? He's showing a lot of growth. He ain't the same artist, you know what I'm saying? So it's just battle rap is just changing, and all these artists, you have to keep up with the changes in the times, man. It's not just bars anymore. Performance is important. Presence is important.
I think performance is definitely important. I'm not taking away performance, but I think you're going 12 to 15 minutes of straight bars. Eventually, you're going to stumble. But if a crowd, they go crazy over a stumble, you can't pick up, so it looks like a choke. There's a difference between a stumble and a choke. A choke is the guy completely forgets his rhymes and has to pick up. A stumble, I just fumble over my words and people still go crazy. So it happened a couple times that night. It actually happened to Jazz. Yep. And it wasn't a choke, it was a stumble. She just fumbled over her words. He handled it well. But, hang on, Ruckus. We're going to make you part of this, the roundtable here. We had a perfect segue. We were going into the Chilla Jones versus B Magic, which is a classic. We're going to go round by round. I thought, who went first? B Magic went first.
B Magic went.
Yeah, B Magic went first.
Let me tell you, this battle was something that Jesse would never watch because he was not into bars.
Yeah.
But this battle was incredible. B Magic there's something wrong with him. There really is. I can't say. I don't know what it is. The way he sings, I've never seen anybody punch so much between bars. It's ridiculous. We'll start off with the first round. I'll just let you guys get into it. Nate, what was your take on round one? How'd you feel about it?
B Magic showed a lot of guys that are scared to go first. And you know, in the battle culture, these guys do not like to go first. They want to be the last to go in the round so that if the other guy has the momentum, they at least have the last say so that they can win the crowd back over and sway the crowd back into, you know what I'm saying, back their side. But Magic's choice to go first, I thought was tactical, was brilliantly, crafted tactically, and he man, yo, Chilla, he was a true Chilla, the first round schemes, and Magic was in true Magic form, punch, but Magic's punches though were absolutely. He just gets better and better. Like you say, like he's a puncher, like how much, like that gets boring. No, it don't. Not with Magic. No, it don't, man. No. Like Magic's punches in his first round, man, was like, how does he think of this stuff? Like, what is he like? How he doesn't run out of stuff? Like we've seen Magic enough times on this stage, and he's had a total of about 15 battles within the last year and some change. People don't even know about. So out of those 15 and 3, that's 45 rounds of punches. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And this was some of his best material yet. And when the people see it on camera, on YouTube, on their phones, URLTV.tv, they're gonna go crazy when they hear what Magic had prepared for Chilla. But Chilla definitely withstood, he withstood the attack with his own, onslaught of schemes, you know what I'm saying, in true Chilla form, and I said this was going to be the battle of the night before the battle even started. I've been talking about that. I said, yo, this is going to be the battle of the night because I've been talking to Magic about this battle from the day that y'all signed it to him. I said, man, it's some animosity in this battle, but it ain't towards Chilla. It's towards the fact that Magic felt like Chilla ain't in his league. You know what I'm saying? Magic personally felt like Chilla is not in his league, and he's going to prove it tonight. So I knew going in, I was like, I knew what to expect from Magic. I just didn't know what the bars were, and it made it even better.
You know what's crazy? You mentioned, Magic is a big punchline, dude. Magic is actually hilarious, and I think he's starting to really grasp the concept of performing on that stage in his own right. He's never going to be Hitman Holler. He's never going to be a Howler the Don, but he is hilarious. When he did the Mike Jones thing, it was crazy. I don't even want to go round by round because there's too many punches to go through. We're just going to just go overall with this battle because it was crazy. Now, Chilla, me personally, like I said, if somebody was edging somebody out through 1 and 2, was crazy. They were going ham. Chilla did this new scheme that he does, that he named a name in round 1, which was Biggie, and then the round 2 he named a name. Then round 3, and he connected all 3. Like, it was crazy. You know what I mean? Only thing, this was actually a choke this time. Chilla Jones in the round 3, he choked. He just flat out forgot his bars. He was he was going. He finally got to the third name. He flipped it, and he just blacked out. I seen his face.
But the interesting part about that, I think he was long enough into his round where if he didn't let it be known that he was choking, nobody would have known. He could have ended it there.
You think he could have ended it there?
He did. He did get majority of his third round out. I think he got about 75% of his round out.
Yeah, he got a majority of his third round out.
Psycho, Jesse, North. Yo.
Yeah.
Y'all all familiar with Chavez versus Meldrick Taylor, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all remember how that fight ended?
Yes, sir. Knockout, 10 seconds left.
With 10 seconds left in the entire fight, it was the 12th round, 10 seconds left in the round. Chavez dropped Meldrick Taylor.
That 2 seconds. He was 2
2
seconds away.
No, listen. Listen. The fight, he got dropped. Meldrick Taylor got dropped. 10 seconds left in the fight in the corner. The referee counted him out. Didn't give him a standard 8 count, nothing. Counted him out, and he lost the fight. Had it went to the cards, he would have won the fight and given Chavez his first loss of his career. But at the end of that round, man, being that it was the third round and it was the end of the entire battle, in my eyes, that was the reason why it's a classic. The battle's a classic, but that's what separated the two of them in that battle where people's like, it's kind of, again, that's the battle I was talking about. Unfortunate that a person has to win by default. You know what I'm saying? Although I think Magic won the battle personally, but it's unfortunate that he's going to win that battle by default, just simply based on the fact that Chilla didn't stumble, he choked, which I think Chilla had the worst choke of the entire URL history.
Wow.
Like, nobody choked worse than Chilla in the entire history of URL. Nobody.
You don't think Loaded Lux choked worse than Chilla?
No, sir. No, sir. You know why? Because Loaded Lux's choke was in the first round. Chilla Jones's choke was with the entire fight on the, you know what I'm saying, on the line. Like, the fight was on the line when he choked. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
It was at the end of the fight. So it was like, oh, my God, why now? Like, I would have rather him choke at the beginning of the round and then end the round versus start the round and end the, like, yo, no, we was all there. We saw the way he choked. See, people ain't going to know it till they see how bad of a choke it was at the end. And he just like, and it was crazy because Chilla has that same instinctive ability, you know, that like Charlie Clips, Hollow the Dawn, DNA, you know what I'm saying, that these guys got to improvise and freestyle. So I thought, yo, if he would have freestyled like he normally does, he could have at least, he could have walked out of that round like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even try to do that. I thought he was trying to do that. He didn't even try to do that. He could have saved face with that, but he didn't because he absolutely, like, that crushed him. That crushed him, yo. That crushed him. That choke crushed him.
What was your take?
See, that battle to me was supposed to be the battle of the night, too. On my way going in, I thought this one was going to be the most bars, the best schemes. That was the most hyped up battle to me. Speaking of Chilla after the battle, even he said it. You know what I mean? He felt the way the battle was going, if he would have been able to finish his round flawlessly, he thought he would have won it 2-1. I told him personally, I don't think it was, even if you finished that round, I don't think you'd have had it 2-1. I still think Magic had it. Magic DVD collection just got to be crazy in his crib. He got to have every bootleg from like 86 on. Like, Magic brings punchlines and shit from places that you don't even remember. You sit home after like, oh shit, I do remember that movie. Like, Magic was on his game that night. And I feel like that one thing they like to use against Magic, people love saying that he the fifth or sixth string in St. Louis. No, you need to set it up, man. Let's see Magic against one of these top tier, quote unquote, St. Louis people, because everybody's living off their old bodies. That's how I feel. Everybody living off their old bodies. The new guys ain't getting a chance to catch them big bodies. Those dudes is living off their old bodies, and I don't feel
what's funny? Ruckus, I don't think anybody on planet Earth can punch with B-Magic. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I think
I'm going to have to agree with that.
He's on another level with this shit, like, for real. Vici, did Vici give his take or no?
Yo, Vici, you there?
No, I ain't give my take, no.
Go ahead.
Me personally, like I said, like it was almost like an even fight, like they said, and it came down to the end, and that was just to see that. Like, it did hurt me too, because they're both punchline rappers, and I just wanted to see who was gonna punch harder, and it was like you really couldn't tell because the back and forth shit was so crazy. But then it's like when he choked, it wasn't a stumble, it was a choke, and that shit gets me tight because I know what it takes to prep for this battle, you understand? And that shit is no days off, no spending time, you gotta take time to do this. And I know that Chilla worked hard for that battle. That was a big battle for him, you know? And it just, like, it fucked me up, too. Like, damn, like, to see him choke was, like, why that shit had to happen, you know what I mean? No, I was like, that shit was crazy.
I just feel like the next man, he got a battle. Well, I got Chilla.
What'd you say?
I was going to say, regardless of the choke, I think it was a classic, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a great battle. Great battle.
Yo, you take that choke. If he wouldn't have choked North, that battle was better than him and JC by far. That battle was better than him and JC. Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
tough.
sir.
That's tough.
Yeah, I thought it was a real good battle. Even with the choke, like the first round, I gave the Chilla slightly edge in the first round, but they both had real solid rounds. And the same with the second round, but the second round I gave to B Magic, but I also feel like they both had solid rounds. But B Magic was spitting. I think B Magic had the best round of battle in his second round, to be honest with you. And the third round, we all know what happened. You know, Earl, whoever let Earl in the building yesterday, like, should be slapped because he was in there just fucking with a whole bunch of people. But yeah, Chilla, like Jessie was saying earlier, I feel like Chilla got 75% of his bars out. Like, if he did just end it right there, people might have thought, you know, like his round was a little bit short, but they wouldn't have known he choked because he got enough out to where, you know, he could have probably got it off. But, you know, he really wanted to get he really was trying to catch his pace back up and pick back up where he left off, and he couldn't do it. And I talked to him after the battle too, and yeah, he was real disappointed. He felt like he let the fans down and everything. He was real hard on himself. He felt like he's his own hardest critic, and I feel like every MC should feel that way. So that's a good thing. So, you know, like, but, you know, I told him don't be too hard on himself. You know, it happens to the best of them. You know.
Okay, so Nate, what do you got it? What do you have it? 2-1. What do you have it?
Yo, Norms, am I the only one on here that thinks you heard his last 8 bars? Am I the only one on here that thinks if he would have finished that battle that wasn't better than him and JC? We were in the building that night.
No, it could have been, but he didn't finish.
I'm saying,
I have to see it on camera again because I watched that JC and Chilla joint too many times.
That's hard. That's hard to say, but it definitely was a crazy battle.
So let's go through. Battle. Who you got? Who you got? Psycho. Who you got winning it?
I gave the B Magic edge in them 2-1, probably because he didn't finish strong. Chilla's.
Okay, Nate.
Magic, definitely. Magic, that was Magic's best performance. That was the best performance Magic ever had. That was his best yet.
So 2-1. Okay.
Magic. I don't care how you put it. Magic won that.
Richie.
I give it 2-1 Magic also.
Ruckus.
I got 2-1 Magic.
What round did he win?
That's what I was about to say. I actually give it to Magic. And Chilla Jones is my dude too, but I gave it to Magic 3-0.
Yeah,
I gave Chilla that first round. I felt Chilla came off in that first round. You know what I mean? Magic, you know what it was? With me, I felt like Magic was just Magic doing his thing. Like, I felt it was the same old, like, to me, it's hard for you to shake or rattle Magic. You're just going to get quality from him when he get on that stage. And I felt like he was doing his normal thing. And then in the second round, he started turning it up. And the bars just got crazier and crazier as it went. So
I'm not saying something real quick. You know what? I think Chilla should have never, in my opinion, he should have never tried to. You cannot match. He changed his game plan like, yo, kid, if this is what got you here, why would you try to show the world that you could, I could punch too? Why would you, like, with the best puncher? No, you're a slug. Like, you don't box with a slugger. Like, what are you doing?
I think he switched his style up too early because he noticed. I think Chilla's a smart dude. I think he realized a lot of dudes stick with the same style, and he wants to show people that he can do more. But I think
you don't try that in a battle like that, kid. You don't try something new in a battle of that magnitude. You don't, my dude. You stick with what got you there. That's what got you there. You don't be like, yo, I'm gonna try this new move I've been working on in the biggest game of my life. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Champions get there with consistency. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what Chilla went away from. And I think, you know what I'm saying, like, I say Magic won it no matter what the verdict, you know what I'm saying, the count is. But I think Chilla should have never went away from that, man. Chilla tried to punch with him like, you bugging. What are you doing?
All right, let's get to the next battle of the night, which was the second female battle in URL history. Jazz the Rapper versus QB.
Can I start off with this one real quick? Because I'm going to be short on this one. I'm going to be real short.
Let's
real
go.
short. All I'm going to say Jazz needs to stop playing and just start lining up chicks, like, event after event to show that right now I don't think there's a female lyrically who could stand next to her.
Wow.
Yeah, but as true as that statement is, because I'm just going to say it's trio Jazz too, but I just want to touch on that. Jazz was mad nervous that first round. Mad nervous.
I didn't see that. To be honest.
No, me neither.
It seemed
I
like
don't see that either.
I actually agree.
She stumbled on her words. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it seemed like she was a little bit nervous too to me, like in the beginning, and then she started getting comfortable on her spot, and like maybe it was the URL stage probably or whatever. I think that's what caused the little slip up in her words or whatever in the first round. But once she picked it back up though, she was good.
No, yeah, it was her anxiety. Her anxiety caused that slip, kid. That's all that was. It was her nervous energy wasn't fear. Her nervous energy was she was just like her adrenaline was pumping. She was just so excited to get her bars off. You know what I'm saying? Against QB because it's been like that whole rivalry, so much was brewing, so much was on the line. She had so much to prove. She had been so far removed from her last battle. You know what I'm saying? With Shayna Ashley. Like, come on, kid. Like that. She knew what she was going in there to do. And it was just that nervous, excited energy. It wasn't like she wasn't scared.
That's what I was talking.
She wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, nah, it was that excited, nervous energy, man. But 3-0, and I don't want to say it like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this girl, but brother, those had to be the worst bars of the night.
Wow.
QB's, not just because she was a chick, just bar for bar. That had to be the worst bars of the night. You know what I'm saying? Of the night. Jazz had performance of the night, minus that little small slip up. She had performance of the night to me. Like, she was performance of the night. Performance of the night, man.
Best performance of the night, to be quite honest, but I can't argue with a man who says she was top.
Yeah, but QB, brother, worst. Oh my God. That was the worst.
You know what's crazy? I called Jazz the Easter egg battle up. You ever watch DVDs and stuff for the Easter eggs and stuff like that? Like, there's so many bars in there that people missed that were crazy. The Samuel L. Jackson scheme, where she went through all the movies, was crazy. And then she flipped.
I like that Giants game, that New York Giants game she did. Even though I hate the Giants. I ain't no hater.
That Samuel L. joint though, that was something else. That was something else. Naming all the movies and just violating her like that.
Can we also talk to the fans? Let the fans know.
Yeah, we're gonna finish up.
No, hold on. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying while we're talking, we also have to let the fans know as well because they ain't seen nothing and they ain't seen nothing yet. Man, was QB's tactics not like the equivalent of a dirty boxer? Was it not the equivalent of a dirty boxer?
That's a great way to put it.
They know they're losing the fight. You know what I'm saying? That was like she was doing some dirty stuff, man.
Somebody wrote the bar
to try to throw Jazz off. Man, she's a dirty boxer, man. That's what I call QB is a dirty boxer.
Talk about some parts specifically though. Like,
I think he's referring.
Okay, she was talking during her rounds. She was like, at one point, I think she touched her or something like that because she had to like stand all the way back and she was apologizing like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Like, you right, my bad, I'm wrong for that. My bad. Because I had turned my head, so I didn't know whether she she touched her or something. But whatever she did, she knew she was wrong, and she slid all the way to the other end of the stage. She created like crazy space between them and was apologizing like, my bad, I didn't even do that. I was wrong, my bad. But it was just dirty boxer tactics, kid, and like honestly, that was corny to me. That was corny.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy? A lot of people were very surprised when they see Jazz. You see, you see girls, whatever, and like QB was really aggressive, and I just think QB was too long-winded, and there wasn't enough for hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like, whatever. And then when Jazz went, it was a lot of structure, and then it was hit after hit. That trapeze line, did you guys catch the trapeze line?
Mm-hmm.
When she said, I'm sitting on these bars like a trapeze waiting to catch this body. I was like, this fucking girl is incredible. Right.
Can somebody give me a line from QB? Anybody? It's 5 people. Anybody?
No.
And I'm not this. Yo, it sounds like I'm like, I know I'm gonna get crazy. But all of the team Homie dudes is gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You know, staking my crib. That's good. You know, I see y'all when I see y'all outside in my car, man. But you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to them though, man. Those dudes, they did a lot in the battle coaching, man. Shout out to that whole team, Homie, man. But QB that night, kid, absolutely, like everything she did, even while she was battling. Yo, y'all remember when her round was over? She choked, and Smack gave it to Jazz to go, and she started trying to bully her on stage. They got into a shoving match. I know y'all remember that. They did get into a shoving match at that point because it was just crazy, man. Like all the stuff she was doing, like that's just stuff that's like that's not a part. It's a sport. It's not a contact sport. It's a verbal contact sport. It's not a contact sport. You know what I'm saying? So all of those dirty tactics don't belong in the sport of battling, man. That's corny. And any dudes that think that, you know what I'm saying, they probably lost the majority of their battles, so they think that that's okay. You know what I'm saying? They think that's okay, or they just being biased.
Real quick, and I just want to add to Jazz. She gives the female side of battle rap that the bars it needs, because a lot of people complain and say the reason they don't like to watch chick battles is because all they talk about is who the next chick fucking versus who pussy smell like, airing backs and all that type of shit. But
that was
Jazz
funny.
Bars, that was hilarious.
That was crazy.
She spits bars and she's raising the level of female competition, and that's what I love to see. That's why her against a chick like Couture would be a classic, because those are bars. I don't want to hear every 5 minutes about, oh, you suck this nigga dick from that mob, or you suck this nigga dick from this team, and like I want to hear chicks rap if you claiming you're a rapper.
You know what's funny, Ruckus? And I was sitting there round 3, and I was sitting next to Miss Hustle and my son. You know, of course I'm going to chill on Jazz, but I kind of knew what Jazz was going to bring to the table. And I just seen Hustle sitting there like oh shit, like this is not a good look for her, you know what I mean? And I remember going to round 3, and I knew what Jazz had because we had spoke about it. And apparently, and I'm gonna bring this up because I think this is ridiculous, I was battling. I didn't know, and I think a lot of these rappers take the wrong angles, and coming at me for about 2 minutes of your battle, I was kind of lost. Like I was like, are you just trying to be bad, or I didn't really get the angle. You know what I mean? Like how that would be effective towards the person that's battling you. Yeah. And I think a lot of these rappers make that big mistake. I don't know. I mean, how did you guys feel about it? I know how I felt about it. I was like,
oh, QB used that tactic?
Yeah, when she did, round 3 just attacked me in math. I didn't really understand that tactic.
Yeah, I remember that math part, because that's when math actually came. He came up, like he moved from the back of the crowd to the front of the crowd and looked at her like, he kept saying, really though? Really? Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, but shout out to Shayna Ashley and Bonnie Godiva. We was in the back, and the kid, newborn. But shout out to Shayna Ashley and Bonnie Godiva. We were back there dying, man. We was back there dying laughing, kid. We had a good time with that battle, man. Yo, Jazz raised the bar. Son, they were so proud of her, man. Those girls were so proud of her, kid, back there. Like you had to see.
I don't want to take nothing away from this. So I think Jazz might have had one of the best third rounds probably in URL history, and I thought that was crazy. Like, that third round, and then people are saying, like, why she started talking, why would QB talk? That third round made QB start talking. It was, she started saying, John writes her rhymes, conceded, like, Jazz really took, I don't know where she left the planet round 3. Like, she called out Slave. That was crazy. She bring up the whole Bonnie beef.
Yo, like, she told Slave about, how you teach her how to fight.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I mean, shout out to Jazz. I think Jazz definitely had one of the best performances I've seen in URL, like, especially on a debut. That's incredible. So, I mean, Avicii, what was your take on it? Because I know you had a lot to say about that battle as well.
Honestly, that was the biggest body I've ever seen from a female in my life. 3-0.
Wow.
I really think that QB bodied herself by A, wearing that shirt, and B, getting that vague shape up in the back of her head. She had the vague beard in the back of her head. That was crazy. But
I was telling my man she looked like an extra from New Jersey Drive.
Oh my God. It was bad. It was bad. But she really, you know what I mean? She really did horrible. You know what I mean? I didn't care what QB said because Jazz just kept going with punch, and that's like how I like to see a battle. And QB says a lot of stuff that doesn't rhyme. You don't have to say stuff that rhymes, but he says stuff that doesn't rhyme doesn't make sense. So it's like all the aggression. She's like a female shotgun Suge. She has a lot of aggression, but not a lot of punches. You understand? And me personally, I like punches. So I think 3-0.
Jesse, what was your take on it?
I think we're all pretty much in agreement that Jazz won 3-0. I don't know, Jazz Spaz. I definitely want to see her in the ring, though. But I do think she was nervous a little bit in the first round. And I might be wrong, I might not be. But she stumbled a little bit in the first round, and I want to see her on a bigger stage to see if she's really going to go at it the way she did with QB.
Against who? Yeah, I mean, there was about 300 people in there, and she kind of did well. To me, I didn't think she looked nervous at all. I thought her presence was there. She was swagging it out. Her vocal projection was great, and her timing for every punch, in my opinion, was really on the ball. Like, I mean, I was really impressed. I was happy for her, like, real talk. Like, a lot of people were going crazy. But the question is, who do you want to see against Jazz the Rapper on the URL? Like, because there's amazing.
I wouldn't mind. I don't know what Lady Luck's relationship is with you guys. You know, but I mean, maybe like a Jazz Lady Luck. Maybe people have been asking her to come back.
Oh, that's good.
Yo, Jazz versus. What about Jazz versus? Everybody's talking about 40, man. Everybody 40 on the girl side, man.
I like 40. I don't like her performance. I don't think she's.
Nah, I don't like her performance though. But I'm just saying in terms of she's that thing right now. Like everybody thinks she's that thing right now, man. 40 bars. And
I think a lot of people just sleep on Couture, man. You got to watch that last battle she had with the trainee chick. She violated Shorty.
Couture's crazy. So you would say Couture. Psycho, who would you want to see her with?
I'm not. Couture's good. Couture would be good right now because she's doing her numbers right now. So yeah, Couture would probably be the best one.
Since I manage Jazz, this is how I feel, and no bias. I want to see Young Gaddis and Jazz, or Jazz and Lady Luck at Summer Madness.
Good too.
That's what I would. Either one of those, I think, would be extremely crazy. I think Jazz.
I would love to see Luck come back and battle one of these girls.
Yeah, I want to see Lady Luck come back.
Yeah, I want to see nobody versus Jazz because Jazz, nobody can mess with Jazz. Nobody. There's no.
Gaddis is nice.
Hold on.
Gaddis is nice.
Yo, I love Shayna Ashley, y'all. I got to tell y'all that.
That's my family. That's like family right there.
Shayna's my favorite. Shayna's my favorite, man.
They're
my baby girl right there. She's dope. She's stupid dope.
You know what? Real quick to touch on something. You know what's difficult about battling Jazz is the fact that if you listen, what's more impressive, if you listen to her 3 rounds, there's not one street gun drug line in 3 rounds. Do you understand how difficult it is to do that? That's amazing. Like, what angle do you take to be Jazz?
Norbs, the breakdown. What about the breakdown, Norbs, that she did in the third? Like, the breakdown, Norbs. That breakdown was unreal. The breakdown, brother, when she told her about a simile and she broke down the punchline.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. She broke her down, kid. She broke her down. She didn't. At one point, I think she pretty much conceded the loss. Like, you got that. You got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, that was crazy. Yo, Brittany Griner I'm not, yo, no, you remember me telling her, I remember after the March 25th, the Any Given Sunday event, we was all in the restaurant, and I was trying to explain to her the comparison between what Brittany Griner is to women's basketball is what jazz is to women's battling.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You don't remember? You don't remember that? And she kind of got offended, like, oh, what do you mean by that? And I was like, yo, the way Brittany Griner, we just literally watched her revolutionize the game of basketball for women. Like, it wasn't no, like, dunk contest dunks or, like, fast break layup line dunks. She's dunking, drop stepping during the game. You know what I'm saying? She revolutionized the game of basketball for women. To me, Jazz's performance during URL, Saturday, revolution, it took women and raised the bar. That's why you asking now, who can compete with that? Not who can she battle next. Who can compete? Who can compete on that level? Who can even match that? Who should we put her up against that can even match that? You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? A lot of the fans are like, are you serious? And I'm like, bro, you got to watch it. You got to actually see how she...
They remember her from that last battle. They remember her from the last battle.
Her performance was amazing. But, I mean, like, Poison Pen has said this statement before, too, and it's so true. Nobody's unbeatable. After Clips versus Tay Roc, we thought Clips was unbeatable. You know, and Clips has lost. Well, in my eyes, he lost to Big T. But I'm just saying, like, nobody is unbeatable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Jazz...
Yeah, we all know that.
From a performance, because she had the performance of the night. But nobody's unbeatable. Like, if she goes against a Lady Luck or Young Gaddis, it's not like she's going to kill them. It's going to be a battle.
Jesse, I hear what you're saying, but you got to understand, like, the reason people say she's unbeatable is because I don't feel Jazz will lose to anybody right now, bar for bar. I think if Jazz loses a battle, it'll be a mistake she makes. You know what I mean? She didn't come ready. I don't think she'll lose against anybody right now, bar for bar. Even Lady Luck. Lady Luck being a legend, you know what I mean, in terms of women battling and stuff. But it's a new era. You know what I mean? You can't keep living off them old bodies. You gotta start putting new bodies in the dirt. And she's not a simple chick to just step in that ring and just go, all right, I'm gonna eat her because I am who I am. You gotta come prepared for that girl. That girl had so much shit. Like, you could tell she crafted those rounds, man. She took her time and put those rounds together for that chick. QB just might as well hang it up, man. That's an ass. Go home and put ice on your head and just calm down for a week.
That's what I was saying. Like, what angle do you take? She doesn't gun talk. She doesn't do any of that stuff. Like, how do you know, like, you can't tell you she's more street than her. It's a tough, she's definitely a tough battle.
Was her performance the equivalent of, for women, the equivalent of how Loaded Lux raised the bar for the men?
It's arguable.
Right? I think so for the women, like, the way Lux raised the bar for the guys, like, yo, how do you compete against, like, what do we do to compete against what the world saw Loaded Lux do? You know what I'm saying? And how the world, like, with no gun references, with no street references, you know what I'm saying? Just strictly bars, man. Just strictly schooling them in bars. Same thing with Jazz. She did the same thing. Like, how do they go up against that now? How do the women go up against that? And her performance as well. How good she looked on stage, you know what I'm saying? You know, with her bars, man. Like, man, she had a total package that night, man. Confidence was through the roof. Her confidence was through the roof.
Jesse,
No, I was going to say, like, I mean, I think we should get into the next couple of battles also because I do want to have a chance to let some fans in here.
Let's go to, I don't know what the hell Jesse
yeah, K-Shine and John?
K-Shine versus John. I didn't get to see that battle, so I'm going to let Psycho take it from here. Psycho, you start running from here because I did not see the last two battles.
Yeah, I was
let me say this. For all the people out there that was hard and criticizing John for for taking people flips and schemes, using it back on them, whatever the case may be. For all them people out there, let me say this: K-Shine, in my personal opinion, first off, won the battle. In my opinion, 3-0, and
wow,
it's crazy in my personal opinion. But he won it doing the same thing everybody accused John doing, and that's taking John bars, flipping them back at him. He used Murder Mook schemes and T-Rex schemes and all this other stuff. Now, he won the battle, but he won the battle doing everything that everybody accused John of doing. So for all them people out there that was accusing John of being corny for doing that, y'all shouldn't come back saying K-Shine won this battle.
Yo,
that's just the way I feel.
That's crazy.
Yo, I seen that. Yo, kid. When we walked in that building, the battle of the night everybody wanted to see was John and K-Shine. Mine was B-Magic and Chilla. Brother, John and K-Shine and I'm Done was the worst battle of the night.
Wow.
It was the most disappointing battle of, hell yeah, that was the most disappointing battle of the night.
I might have to agree. I was a little bit disappointed in the battle too much.
Terrible.
Well, listen, I'm going to say it like this, and I'm not saying it because I fuck with K-Shine. I'm saying it because I'm going to keep it real. The reason why y'all are disappointed, and I'm not saying because y'all John fans, because I don't know if you're John fans or K-Shine fans. John brought less to the battle than K-Shine did. You understand?
Agreed.
John's performance was very weak. John's lines were very weak. He used the multiple choice fucking scheme again, which if somebody was really friends with him, they would have called him and told him, John, don't use the multiple choice scheme again. I guess nobody's really friends with him, and they didn't call him, because I would have called him, but I said, you know what, fuck him. Let him die. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it. And that's why everybody's disappointed, because K-Shine was on his A-game. You understand? Regardless. And that's not even the battle that, let's just say, he's prepping as hardcore as he is for the DNA battle. You understand?
Yeah.
So, that was a good performance from K-Shine. The DNA performance is going to be much crazier, but John brought the less quality to the battle, which brings the battle down more. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, Miss Gracie is blaming Gracie. Shout out to Miss Gracie. She blames Bow Wow for that performance. She blames Bow Wow for John's performance.
I mean, K-Shine was real impressive. K-Shine was real impressive in the battle. I'm not going to take anything away from him. Like I said, he won 3-0, but he did it doing the same thing everybody was just accusing John doing. That. So I'm just curious to see how they're going to react when they see this battle.
No, they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it because he basically said that he was gonna kill. You know how John used everybody's style, this and that. You understand? The thing is that he used a style just thinking about, oh, I'm gonna use it. K-Shine used their style because everybody in his crew killed everybody that he said. You understand? Which was very creative. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it was a good tactic.
I never had a problem when John did it. It's just a lot of other people have.
No, I liked it. When John did it, I liked it. But I didn't like the aggression nor the bars that he brought to this battle. I don't think he took the battle serious.
Yo, it's because the world is still waiting to see who John is in that ring, man. That's what that is. That's why people are so disappointed with what he does, because everybody argues that, against Bill Collector, what he did, against, his last battle with Hitman, what he did. People are waiting to see, on that big stage, like, who is John the Don? Like, you're using everybody else's stuff and flipping it. You got the Don, the Don that K-Shine did. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was the line of the night. That was the line of that battle. I can't front.
Psycho, take Ruckus off of mute. You got Ruckus on mute.
Can I ask everybody a question on here? Everybody we have, in the thing, what is it? I thought it was called, but do y'all think that John should stop using the multiple choice thing?
I'm gonna say it, yes. And
John
does my little bro.
Figures out a new way to do it.
That all depends. Yeah. Everybody has their little thing that they do for every battle or whatever. Like, Hitman does the remixes now, and people do the slow it downs, and people got their little thing that they do. That's his little thing. So, like, I don't know. It doesn't bother me as much.
I think I have a feeling John did it to spite the fans. Because all the fans were like,
I definitely agree. I do.
And,
I agree with that.
John was just kind of like, nah, I'm going to do it.
That's a good point, Jesse. That's definitely a good point.
Let me, can I jump in real quick as a John the Don fan when it comes to battle rapping. I'll be an honest man, raise my hand and say that. I was a fan of John until Saturday.
Yeah, you said it in the interview. You said it in the interview. Remember, you interviewed me and K-Shine, and you were saying you was a fan, but you was aggravated because his performance.
Yeah, I felt like he didn't show up. I felt like he didn't care, or something was wrong with him. That wasn't the same dude I thought was going to show up. But K-Shine just took it to a level where I couldn't even believe it. Like his energy, his presence, everything. He had the full package that night. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So he really showed. You know what I mean? That K-Shine is somebody, keep an eye on right now. Another one whose growth, is just extreme at this point. Because K-Shine started off as just erratic, but now he has the control and the presence to keep the crowd into it. Make sure you don't miss bars, the creativity. I feel like comes from the one thing they make fun of him about all the time, being a Dot Mob member. You get what I'm saying? He learns his schemes from Mook a bit, and he still keeps that energy that Rex has. I think working with both of them is making him a 10 times better performer.
Yeah, but those are the most subpar bars we heard all night, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm not going front. I'm not saying it's punch for punch with some of the other people, but like you said, like that kind of, come on. Just to create that, write that down and make that, like, he did his thing.
That Did-It-Dawn, oh my God, that Did-It-Dawn line might have been the funniest line of the night. That was hilarious.
That was funny. K-Shine was top of the game.
I was in there ready to make money bets. I was ready to make money bets on John. Niggas was talking about what's good, how much. I was like, I'll put 200-300 on John 2-1. Then they was like, I don't know. Once niggas started backing off, I said, never mind. And it's a good thing.
That shit was crazy. That shit was. If y'all think that was something, just wait till the night. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say nothing more.
I hope so. You better hope so, brother, because he got DNA is not. He's a different kind of animal, man. Than John.
He got that Queen's killer in the ring. You know what I mean?
That's what's next. Animal, man.
So let's get to the next battle. Tay Roc versus. So what do you guys got it real quick? Before we
best matchup of the night. Best matchup of the night to me. The best matchup of the night. Overall, like once it was all said and done, that was the best matchup of the night.
So what do you got?
Call it.
Huh?
I got to see that on tape. I can't call that one.
Yeah, I definitely gonna want to see that again on footage. In the room, I gave it to Cortez 2-1 in the room. But it was close. It was close though. I would like to see that again on footage.
I see somebody walking out who rocks with Cortez hard body, and she looked at me and she was like, I think Tay got it 2-1. And when I heard that, I was like, wow. So I definitely just got to watch it again.
Yeah, I was super duper impressed with Tay Roc, man. Like, super duper impressed with Tay Roc. I already knew what to expect from Cortez. Tez, he's a vet, man. He's the most experienced dude in that whole room. Every time he walks in there, people don't even know that. Like, and I learned that from Mav Hoffa on the doing the interview. When we did the interview for Battle Tested, man, and Straight Stunning, Mav, or when we were off the record, Mav told me that what his record consisted of, what I'm saying, his resume consisted of, talking about Cortez. I had no idea Cortez had that many battles. You know what I'm saying? So I knew what Cortez was bringing to the table. But Tay Roc, on the other hand, I'm not going to lie, I had no idea that he was going to bring that to the table. None. Because I told Tay Roc, I was like, yo, this dude's bars is so basic, I don't want to hear this. But I was all the way tuned in. Like, Bonnie needed her phone charged. I went and asked the lady to charge her phone for her, and it was the last battle of the night, so they was closing up, and she was like, yo, can you go get my phone before they leave? And I told her, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I got to hear the rest of this. I got to hear let Tay Roc finish first. I ain't walking away. I want to hear what else he's saying before we go get this phone. Then after he's done, then we get the phone. But yo, Tay Roc got busy, man. It was the best matchup of the night. It was the most, like even matchup of the night where both of them got busy. You know what I'm saying? And I know people say, well, what about Chilla and B Magic? But because of that choke, they both finished their rounds. They both did incredible, man. Like they did incredible. Those two dudes. That was dope battle.
agree. Jesse?
You don't remember that battle?
Honestly, I can't. Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah, that was that was beer 38. He was done.
That's when Jesse was over by me trying to charge his camera. I remember his camera staring at the wall for about 20 minutes.
Hey, where's my shirt? Where's my shirt?
I got you, Jesse. I got you, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys got all around? What do you got at Nate?
Huh?
What do you got at Nate?
That battle you talking about?
Yeah.
That's tough, man. That's tough. I can't call that one, man. That one. All I can say is I was like super duper impressed with Tay Roc, man. That's all I can say about that battle. That's it. Like, Tay Roc, Tay Roc got busy, man. I can't wait for the fans to see Tay Roc Tay Roc's gonna get the next battle that he wants off the back of that. Definitely, he gonna get the battle that he wants. I think he need to quit calling out this dude he calling out. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what's my man's name with the that got on here last? What's his name?
From Jet Magazine.
Yeah, what's his name? Is he still on here?
You talking about Ruckus? That's me. I'm on here. Ruckus on here.
Ruckus, when you said that these dudes is focused on their old bodies. Well, Tay Roc is arguing back and forth with somebody who's stuck on their old bodies, man. And I think Tay Roc needs to leave that dude alone and move on to the next big thing, man. Because after that, Tay Roc, dude don't even deserve to battle Tay Roc for real, man. Because he living off his old bodies and crying about booty grabbing and stuff, and he losing focus or losing battles, and he diverting attention to everything else except him losing a battle. So
I already know where you at with that. I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's a prime suspect for old bodies, living off old bodies. So
I don't know. I don't know if we got enough time for Norris to let me rip it on homeboy because he already know how I feel about him.
Bingo. Yeah. Likewise, man. Likewise.
We actually got to go to the fans since you guys were there. Now, I need you guys to answer these questions for the fans. So let's go to the fans real quick. Go to the fans.
917, you there?
Yo, what's poppin', man? Yo, what's good, everybody?
What's good?
Yeah, I was in the building, man. You know, shit was a crazy event. I agree with a lot of what y'all was saying and shit, man. Rosenberg, he got it. The first round I gave it to Big K, but the other two I gave it to Rosenberg. You know what I'm saying? And what was the next one? B-Magic and this
B-Magic Chilla.
Yeah, B-Magic Chilla. Yo, the first two rounds, they was just going at it. I thought both rounds they were neck and neck. After Chilla choked and shit, I gave it to B-Magic. You know what I'm saying? The females, QB, she lost all 3 rounds. Jazz did her thing. Who else? Oh yeah, K-Shine bodied this boy. He bodied him bad. Only actually one line I like from John is when he slowed down. He slowed down that shit. What the fuck was it? I can't even remember. But
the multiple choice.
Like one line. Yeah, he slowed down the multiple choice, right? That was
he sped it up and then slowed it back down.
Yeah, I like that. That was the only thing I actually liked.
I don't think the crowd ain't give him a chance with that. They wasn't even trying to hear that.
I actually like that.
Who'd you have in the last battle?
Oh, man. Yo, the first round, I thought they were neck and neck. They both went crazy. The second, I edged to Cortez, and the third, I edged to Tay Roc.
Okay. You know so to you, it comes down to the first round?
Yeah, basically. You know, so I'll say, I got to see it again on camera, man.
Yeah.
That's basically what I got to see it again. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, man, I had a great time. Shit was popping. Can't wait till the night, yo. Y'all keep doing your thing, yo.
No doubt. What's up? Thanks for the call. All right. Let's go. 719, you there?
Yo.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we hear you.
Right. Yeah, how y'all doing tonight? Pretty good?
Yeah, we doing good.
Yeah. I heard Cortez got it, like just from what I was hearing on Twitter and shit, you know what I mean? But I heard both of them went in, And then I was, you know what, I was hoping K-Shine, you know what I mean? Because I've been a K-Shine fan because, like, I was talking to Norbs about that animal battle that last time. But, yeah, I just hope he brings it with DNA coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys feel that K-Shine's, like, stepping up in the rankings, like, kind of in the mid-tier?
I'm actually picking DNA to win that one.
Yeah. I think
bring your rent
DNA.
money, Jesse.
Nah, Jesse, don't pick DNA, man. Jesse, pick somebody else, please.
I got K-Shine.
Don't pick DNA.
Bring your rent money.
The Jigsaw DNA.
You guys do know why Jesse's picking DNA,
Yeah,
right?
man. Stay with your dot mob, you know what I mean? Don't do that. Give my man a fair shot at this battle.
Jesse, just bring rent money that day if you want to bet on DNA, all right?
Yeah, and I think Gaddis will be a good match for Jazz, because Gaddis got the bars, you know what I mean. But she's retired now, ain't she? Focusing like on weren't you over there at the bars and bra straps, Norbs? Weren't you
sure
right up front?
Well, Gaddis has actually expressed an interest in battling Jazz, actually. So we actually
have for real?
Yeah, she's been wanting to battle Jazz. So.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good matchup. But overall, the night I heard it was a good success. I mean, what do you think's the quickest the battles? What in your opinion is like the quickest the battles will be out? This one.
I think Thanksgiving's the first one to drop.
Yeah. So there'll be like a few of them will be out before the December 9th part, right?
Yeah, Thanksgiving there should be one dropping.
All right. Hey, Jesse.
What's up, man? Yeah, what's up?
Did you finish practicing your kid and play moves with Daylight the last show? Were you practicing for the stomp the yard moves?
Got it. What's up?
Jesse,
all right, man.
He's talking to you, retard. Why don't you answer the question?
You and the dot mob getting your step on together? Or you getting too drunk? You getting too drunk to memorize them moves now?
Just you want to respond?
3-0 over Dizaster.
Dizaster is gonna. I think Diz is gonna come 2-1. I'll throw some money down on that one.
On that Diz bet? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. I'll drop a bill. Anybody want to take it up? Yeah. I'll throw a bill on Diz 2-1.
You might have to come find Dark and Jesus at that event, man. 'Cause that bet sounds too good for me. That bet sounds good to me. I don't think Diz can see.
Better hope he don't find Jesse first.
You know what? I think everybody's criticizing Diz about, you know what I mean, filler and everything like that. But I think Diz knows what he's going to be up against. I think he knows he's going to, you know what I mean. The crowd ain't going to be hearing, like, they ain't going to be wanting to hear no bullshit. But you know what I mean? Like, it ain't going to be no cannabis and shit. Like, everybody says that he ain't faced nobody and that all the people he's going around and shit and battling and shit. But you put somebody in front of him, you know what I mean? I think lately Diz will step up to the competition that's put in front of him. It's just.
I think Diz's resume is pretty strong. He might not have the greatest performances at all the battles, but he's went up against some champions, man, some real MCs. Remember, he battled DNA. We all know what DNA did. It was it was a long, drawn-out battle, but we know who won that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Queen's in the building.
Yeah, DNA hardly rhymed that whole time. If you know what I mean. If you look back, like
it just sounded like two people arguing and just saying things. But DNA still pulled it out. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah. I think you just caught him in a trap that third round, and then Diz, you know what I mean? He's like, he ain't got no fucking attention span. He's like fucking anything that gets on his way, he starts fucking battling the fans and shit. He speak up, brother, I'll fuck your mother, and this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not gonna fly on the URL stage. I guarantee.
That's what I'm feeling. But yeah, you know what I mean. A shout out to everybody. Keep doing y'all thing and shit. I'll keep listening in, y'all.
All right, thanks for the call. Let's go, 252, you there? 252? All right, let's go, 216, you there? 216?
Yeah, what's good?
Yeah, what's good?
Was good, man. I really just had an opinion about that when you fuck up shit.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, man, when you fuck up like how Lux did against Calico, I feel like you should lose the whole battle because it's the point that you
get fuck out of here. Somebody mute him. I can't even believe you just said that.
You said the whole battle?
I'm sorry. I can't even.
You said the whole. He said the whole battle.
If you fucked up that bad, where you took like 5 minutes, and you fucked up that long, and you forgot your whole everything. Come on, man.
Yo, you know what?
But the whole battle, though.
I always want to ask you this about that battle.
Listen,
do you feel me?
Hold on. Let the gentleman talk. I'm sorry. Where are you from?
Hey,
where are you
I'm from Cleveland. From Cleveland.
You're from the Midwest. Okay. Now let me ask you a question.
Midwest.
Before you came on this show, did you do a line of coke?
Come on, man. So
seriously. Because you sound crazy right now. You just said if somebody chokes in round one, they should lose a battle.
Man, they choke to the point where they get paid all this money. You rehearse every day. This is a sport. This is a sport. If you mess it, now I see if you slip up, you say like 2, you say, and then you slip up and you catch yourself. But if you mess up and you got to take that whole 5 minutes and you can't catch it or you can't do nothing, you should lose. You get paid to do
Okay. Hold on. You said it's a sport. So in football, if they fumble the ball, they can't come back in the second and third quarter?
Good point.
Yeah,
great point, Jeffrey.
Yeah, you can come back, but come on, man. This is a whole different type of sport. This is lyrical warfare, man. This ain't no football.
Yeah, I mean,
basketball or nothing. It ain't like I feel like if you slip up, you can catch yourself and you keep going. But if you can get your whole verse, your whole line, come on, man.
Can I just real quick now? Let me just say this to homie from Cleveland real quick. Imagine if they had stopped Lux right there and said, all right, Lux, wrap it up, go home. Do you see what niggas would have missed?
They would have missed some shit. I ain't say stop it. I'm just saying I feel like
if he'd have lost, what kind of
and what's the purpose
gave him
of
a loss? Yeah, like, and I feel that. I don't feel Lux choke. I swear up and down, I think Lux did this on purpose. A person who's been battling as long as he has and freestyle as long as he has, and if you listen to the bars he uses when he starts the next round,
right?
I feel it all ties in together to show that this was all just a ploy to make Calico feel a lot better about himself before he.
I don't think he did it. I mean, it was a hell of a battle. I feel like Lux won, but really on some real stuff, I think that once you fuck up that long, there shouldn't be no issue. Just like I was just watching YouTube. And Chilla was just saying how he thought he lost, you know what I'm saying? Because when you fuck up like that, you fuck up a whole round. Come on, man.
Yeah, but he don't think but that's because the battle was. But if he had choked in the first round, he wouldn't have been this is a different case. Like Chilla choked at the third round in the close battle, so like that's why he's saying he lost because it was a close battle and he couldn't afford that choke. Like Lux choked in the first round and still had 2 whole rounds to go to make up for it.
Right, I heard y'all all say Jazz won 3-zip, and then I was watching and she was saying like she slipped up a little bit, so she probably really gave it to QB. So you know what I'm saying? And that's only a little slip up, not no whole just fuck up.
Yep, but actually QB messed up too, though.
Yeah.
We're wrong.
You said that if you mess up, you should lose the whole battle. That's ridiculous.
I'm saying if you. I said if you slip up, then you got to catch yourself. I'm saying if you forget your whole verse and it's over and you had a whole bunch of shit left and you fucked up that whole thing, I feel like you ain't come prepared. You ain't come ready for the battle. You should have practiced longer. You should have. If Lux supposed to be so much of it, you should have practiced longer, or whoever, not just him.
So you're saying that you feel like Calico won?
I don't feel like Calico won, man, because he just listen. That's just like let me tell you something. Just like with Mass and what's that boy Tay Roc, right? And how I thought, to me, I thought T-Rex was winning, but man, third round was just so crazy to the point where I'm like, fuck it, ain't no choice, man. Man, I killed him, man. Just how he came off, how raw he was. So just when I go back to Lux, how raw Lux was and how raw he was, and that shit just was so raw to the point where you're like, damn, even if he had just that one round, you would have gave it to him. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
how he came.
You're contradicting your statement.
Yeah, you are.
You're really contradicting.
I see what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say, if you fuck up long as that, man, I think you should lose, man. If you just fuck up to the point where you can't even start your flow back up. Come on, if you can start your flow back.
And that's why most people gave Calico the first round, but not the whole battle.
Does he have anything to advertise? Did you get that?
All right, brother. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, thanks for the call, though.
Plug your Twitter and get out of here.
Yeah, plug his Twitter or something, man.
Yeah,
let the world see his face. Let the world see your nose. Retweet his Twitter to the rest of the fans of the battle world. Please, let them get him, man.
Know who opinion not to pay attention to no more.
He said Lux and
3-1.
but wait, Lux won. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the part that fucked me up.
But
he was all over the place. 314, you there? Oh, okay. So, 516, you there?
Yo,
what's good?
yeah, I was in the building. Like, that was a crazy night. Best performance of the night have to go to Jazz. I say the only person that could beat Jazz, well, give Jazz a comp is when Remy Ma get out of jail.
Wow.
Like, that, Jazz was on point, and it's crazy that Jazz had better bars than half of the dudes that was battling.
True indeed. Crazy and shit.
As long as she don't sound like Sean Paul.
And,
so what was the whole, how'd you, predict the whole, how'd your whole card look?
I think Big K first round, I think he put too much in his first round. That's why he, I think he put too much of his, good material in the first round, and then he ain't have that much for the second and third. That's just how I feel. I'm giving it to Rosenberg. Rosenberg Raw is, I think he stepped it up he's a million times better right now.
That was
the best
I've seen him on stage.
Yeah, I say, John got wiped. He got, I don't know, I gave it to Shine 3-0. Shine, I think Shine is going to kill DNA too. Just by me seeing Shine in that form, Shine he stepped it up too.
Yo, DNA, I hope you listening, baby. I need you to rep for Queens, DNA. They ain't believing in you no more.
Oh, no. I'm from Queens myself. I'm from Far Up. So, I'm saying, man, we got to stick together, baby. Nah, I keep it real, though. I ain't going I think Shine going to kill him. That's just me. Who else?
D-Magic, Chilla.
I give it to slightly edging every round D-Magic.
3-0?
I think D-Magic edged slightly every round. I think in the Chilla choke, I think he made it too noticeable. I think his choke.
If you think he would have just stopped, you think people would have noticed that he didn't spit all his bars?
Nah, we would have noticed. We would have noticed, but even if we didn't notice, everybody would have said he would have lost that round because the round would have still been short compared to the Magic round.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, it was a good night.
Who you had? Tay Roc, Cortez, last one.
Oh, I don't understand what y'all talking about. I think Tay Roc beat Cortez 2-1. I don't see how that's debatable to me. That's me personally. I think arguably Tay Roc have not lost a battle since Clips.
You make that
Like,
argument.
I think Tay Roc just, I don't know. I think no one wants to really take him. No big name is going to want to take him because they know that they are at a high risk of losing. Tay Roc he's on fire. Like, he's another one. I say Tay Roc and Hitman will be a crazy battle. But Hitman won't take that.
Okay.
And Tay Roc needs to stop chasing Surf because even though the little 400 block shot was kind of weak, but he needs to stop chasing Surf because Surf is not going to battle him because Surf's scared.
Oh, I thought someone was talking about Verb before. I didn't know it was Surf.
No, you're talking about Surf.
Oh, nah.
Who's
Yeah, that ain't a
talking
good
about
look.
Surf?
You talking about Verb, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Surf. I'm talking about Verb. Yeah, Surf. Nah. Surf ain't chasing no whole body. Surf. Every battle Surf had was. I think everything he had was debatable, though. I don't think Surf.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, clearly won any battle.
Have you?
Nah, there's one round of Surf got that sits on his mantle real easy. That Bricks Belvedere body is just uncalled
you
for.
got that.
I'm talking.
My question is this: we all say the URL is the biggest stage. The competition has been URL. Do you really, even though you can't take credit away from Surf, but can you really say, he like Bricks Belvedere? Can you really say, wow, like he killed Bricks and like he definitely on top? Nah, it's Bricks Belvedere.
Nah, I'm not saying all that.
Big name for URL.
I get
you. Do you think Bricks Belvedere, like his bars was on point? Not at all. He came weak. Now, I do give Surf the Big T battle. I think Surf beat Big T slightly, but it's still a debatable battle. Surf has not killed anyone in the URL yet.
Oh, what about X Factor? I think he killed X Factor.
No.
Wow.
Nah. That's
put X Factor in a box.
Yo, man. Y'all
I can't agree with that.
Y'all the same niggas. Y'all the same niggas is probably still trying to drown fish. That niggas is crazy. That niggas is crazy out here, man. Yo, Sue Surf. Nah, we not arguing with that with Sue Surf, man. Whoever thought to get that thought out the head, there ain't even nothing to talk about, man. Surf. Next battle's conceded. He got a hell of an opponent in front of him, man. I think Surf he's sleeping on homie. But this is the recap for Saturday, but Surf is sleeping on homie. He really sleeping on homie. Yo, Conceited is the king of his group. So, you know what I mean? Bricks, all the rest of them dudes, they get all of that from the guy who, he's the god MC of that crew. You know what I'm saying? Or the SONS dudes. So he going against the best of the SONS, man. This dude Surf is crazy if he thinks that, Conceited versus Young Ill hasn't even gotten dropped, and that was Conceited's best battle since Immaculate. People don't even know that. They ain't even seen that battle versus Young Ill. When it dropped, we was in the building, and that was crazy. He know that. He was there. He know. He was there. Surf know that. Surf talking off the wall. And people got to remember this.
I heard Ill won that battle, though.
Yo, but I'm talking about
I don't think Surf is sleeping on him. I think Surf is just that confident.
Nah, he's sleeping on him, kid. Nah, he's sleeping on him, kid. He's sleeping on him. And, somebody said something recently, was talking about balance and stuff. Yo, y'all got to remember, Surf is in complete... he's not even in complete battle mode. This dude is living the life right now, man. He on tour with Joe Butters and them, and they showing this dude a life he ain't know nothing about. So he ain't focused with Conceited like people think, man. That was like Roy Jones going to play basketball before a fight. You know what I'm saying? He think, I got all the talent in the world, I could do that, and then come back and fight 12-round championship fight. He mess around, man, sleep on that dude. You know what I'm saying? I hope he don't be in there stumbling and choking on his lines. I'm telling you, he ain't focused like that, man. He got too much other stuff going on. He told me he ain't getting no sleep. They going from city to city and all that. I hope he's able to balance that, man.
No. All right, let's go. 804, you there?
You.
Yo, what's good?
So I go, what's Gucci, my nigga?
What's going on, man?
Lord, what's good, my nigga? Goddamn, who that Vici on the phone? Vici. Jessie Rican. What's good, my nigga? Goddamn, Psycho. What about that game, my nigga? Goddamn, we looked beautiful, goddamn, against.
Oh yeah, you already know, son. Yeah, you already know, 14 for 15.
Yeah, you ready for that game Thursday?
Oh, you already know, man. Stay tuned. I'm gonna have some shit this week.
Yeah, my nigga, I'm gonna goddamn tweet you and shit, but goddamn, I ain't got nothing. I'm just showing y'all love, my nigga. I've been on this goddamn phone with y'all these callers and shit. Last nigga talking about the Calico and Lux powder. This nigga, guy, you supposed to goddamn chew shrooms and shit. This nigga's throwing in the shrooms and shit. Well, nigga's crazy, B. For real shit, I'm just goddamn showing y'all niggas off, man. You goddamn, this bad crap shit, man. Like, I need this shit. I got to make it down there, man. Holler at y'all niggas, man.
All right, that's what's up. Thanks for the call, though.
All right, B.
All right. Let's go. 347, you there?
Yo.
Yeah, what's good?
What's good, Psycho? What's good, Norbs, Jesse, everybody was popping.
So, brother?
What's popping?
Ain't shit, man. First, let me start by saying this, man. I'm from Bushbrook, Connecticut, man. Why y'all going so hard at QB, man? She was that bad. I ain't make it to the event. So I heard all three of her rounds before she even battled Jazz. I thought there was, you feel what I'm saying? I thought she had some shit, my nigga. But damn, she did that.
That was Nate going that hard at her. If Team Homie or something saying that Nate.
You was drunk. Do they rap where you live?
Nah, for real shit, my nigga. Like,
they don't rap where you live?
It's different when you hear somebody rounds on the phone opposed to seeing them on stage and you know them nigga.
What is your highest level of education?
Oh wow.
What the fuck you mean was my highest level of education?
What's your highest level of education? You graduated high school, right?
Yeah, I graduated high school, nigga.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to college.
No.
Why? What's up?
Okay. You remember that line when he said that the IQ of a 2 Chainz fan? Remember that? Yo, kid, yo, homie. You taking this really, really sensitive and to heart, but I'm saying what you heard, you absolutely had to either been on your way to sleep from a long day's work, at the end of your high, at the height of your drunkenness, or just trying to hurry up and get her off the phone. Absolutely, man.
She stole him a car with the macaroni and cheese on, man. I'm telling you, that New Jersey drive will be working.
Yeah, but like I was saying, though, yeah, my nigga, I ain't think her shit was that bad, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. You thought when she said, I'll make her toast my salad, that was hot?
I don't remember her saying I'll make her toss my salad. I heard her shit one time.
That's why he was drunk. Yo, no, what do you remember, though?
You know, let me tell y'all this.
He was Jesse drunk?
What I liked about her shit was this, my nigga. Like, what I like QB is I know her personally. I know she got bars, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, so her shit is more aggression. I knew Jazz was gonna outbar her. I'm not taking nothing from Jazz, my nigga. I'm not saying she was garbage. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm asking y'all. Y'all was there. I'm saying,
he does have a point though. When you hear bars over the phone, they could sound completely different in person.
I've heard your bars over the phone, Jesse. They sound like shit.
Yo, Jesse, did your school bus have helmets that hang down from the roof?
It's a point though, because I remember when I heard
do that to you. I said I wasn't gonna do that to you on this call, but Judge, you just ran into that.
He has a point though. He has a point. When I heard Young Cannon's bars against Swave, I was like, wow.
That's Young Cannon, brother. That's Young Cannon.
Hold up on me now. Now, I'm starting to feel like you got a personal thing against QB. Now, that's Young Cannon.
No.
I heard QB. You spoke. Let me just say what I gotta say. You on the show, my nigga. I gotta hit you up, and the next caller gotta call.
Yeah, because you're gonna get cut off.
With QB, my nigga, I'm not saying she had outrageous bars. I'm saying her shit didn't sound like it was going to be. Like, everything I'm hearing is 3-0, 3-0, she got body. I'm not taking nothing away from Jazz. I'm saying when I heard her shit on the phone, I was like, yo, you got to change. This shit dope. But the way she performed it could have been different. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm asking y'all. Her shit was really that bad, my nigga, like this. That shit crazy.
I don't know if maybe she spit it fast to you, real fast, and it just sounded better faster, or maybe she spit a whole nother battle to you from somebody else, because you ain't seen the footage yet. So maybe she spit maybe Jazz like a whole battle.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't
Nah, because she went first. So you heard her bars first. So it wasn't that Jazz was that good, because you could separate Jazz's bars, and you could delete them for a second and just play her bars. And I swear, that if you didn't even know who it was, you didn't even, like, I don't know QB, so I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I can't diss her, I don't know her. If anybody would have competed at that level, it would have been the same. Like, I feel that way about Rosenberg Raw. You know what I'm saying? Rosenberg Raw, bar for bar, is the worst in the URL. To me. You know what I'm saying? Bar for bar. His aggression and all the other stuff that he gets credit for, and his battles, good.
I think J. Fox the worst in the URL.
Who?
J. Fox the worst in the URL.
He ain't. Who? Oh, bro, that dude, man. That dude was a favor for a favor. He was a sacrificial lamb, man. You know, that's like saying KP is on URL and Newborn is still on URL and all these other guys that competed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was what it was again. But these dudes, yo, honestly, kid, unfortunately it was QB's worst performance of her battle career. Hopefully she bounces back from that. I ain't gotta hate on her for what? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta hate on her, man. Like that
was hating on her. I'm saying you probably just personally don't like her as a rapper. That's your opinion.
No. Nah, this battle, bro, she was worse. She was the worst in the building. She was the worst in the building by far. Like, it was probably one of the, like, she could have rapped that back in, like, on a 05, on a 04 smack. She could have got that off on a 04 smack DVD.
Yeah, I don't think he's picking on her at all. I just think he's being honest. He's not the only one with that opinion on her. Her performance and what she went against that night, you know what I mean, she just didn't look that good. It happens.
That shit crazy, man. I'm disappointed in QB, man.
Ain't nobody tell you to change your mind on that either. Next time when she spit them bars, she'll be like, yo, you sure that's enough? You got to start asking that question. You sure that's enough?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the call, though. All right, let's try. Let's see. 510, you there?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, back on the show again. All right, for sure. Callie calling in. What's up?
All right, what's going on?
Was the event dope?
Yeah, it was a nice turnout.
Man, pardon me, I'm a little too high right now.
Yeah, that's my thing. Plug your Twitter. Keep smoking that sour, because I can tell that's where it's at right now with you. Plug your Twitter, player.
I'm drawing a blank here. Shit. All right, give me a topic, because I'm going right now.
What's better, sour? What's better, sour or purple?
Yo, Seiko, Nate is asking to be put back on.
Yeah.
All right, now I got one. Homie that called in about Lux and the Calico, I was proud of Jessie, man. Jessie actually, you said it the best about how somebody could fumble and bring it back. I was really proud of Jessie, you know. Jessie has its moments and shit, but you brought it back with that retort, man. You rebutted the fuck out of that dude, I guess. Good looking.
That's what's up. Thanks for the call, though.
We're going to take one more call and we out of here, man.
Yeah. Let's see. 803, you there?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's good?
I'm gonna call Kendrick real quick. How y'all doing?
All right, what's good?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the event. I had a buddy that was there. He was like texting me everything that was happening. He said that it was packed. like he said, it was people still trying to get in, but y'all wouldn't let them in. That's true?
I mean, it is smack you all out, bro.
Yeah. And according to him, he said that QB had the worst performance by a woman ever in a battle. Is that true?
You're gonna have to make that.
Am I still on here?
Yeah, dude.
Like
Yo, shout out to QB. Shout out QB.
Like he said that he could tell what she was trying to do. It just didn't come together. Like she didn't have enough to keep everybody's attention, and then when she got to her big shit, it really wasn't that big. That's what he said. So I don't know. Like,
can you read the text? Did he tweet you what her big stuff was? Because I want you to read it.
No, you sent me a text. Hold on.
Yeah, please do that. Read that. I hope homie still, the Connecticut kid is still on here because he heard it. Now I want you to read it.
Yo, all right, here you go. Second round, your girl getting killed. She really ain't saying much at all. She too focused on who Jazz is fucking.
Oh, no, I'm talking about a direct quote. I thought he gave you a direct quote.
No, that's what he put. Oh, he's talking about a line? Nah, he didn't give me no. Well,
yeah.
Oh, let's see. Nah, he didn't give me no direct lines. He just kept putting.
You know why? Because the phone has like an autocorrect. So it's not gonna let you say nothing stupid on your phone. So
yeah, but he said that Tay Roc and Cortez would be the most debated battle in history. He was like,
definitely, I think that.
And he said that the first round and the third round is pretty much anybody's game. He said he felt like the only round that was clearly won was Cortez the second. That's what he said. He said the first and third is anybody's game. That true?
The rebuttal Cortez had was just crazy though. Like you gotta watch that battle. Cortez, the rebuttals to the Mexican jokes and all that, it was going off.
And I can't wait to see that. But that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna be up there on the 9th though, because everything will fall into place. That's around Christmas. Yeah, you know, I like I said, you know, I just can't wait for it. Can't wait to see. It's two niggas I always wanted to see live that I ain't never seen live, and that's Young Ill and Dizaster, and I get to see both of them. So I'm good. I see y'all.
Yo, you make sure I see you, man. Straight Start Magazine. I'm gonna have the issue number 24 with Loaded Lux and NYB's own Math Hoffa, man. And make sure you check that out, man. You get your copy, get an autographed copy. Math will be in the building. Loaded Lux, you know what I'm saying, be in the building. I also have issue number 23 with me, too. So you get, you know, Mook will be there. Get Mook to sign your copy and get Smack, you know what I'm saying, the man, the myth, the legend.
Smack is the
you know what I'm
coolest
saying,
man ever.
copy as well, man.
That's the coolest man on the planet right there.
That's right. That's right.
And who was that random dude, man? The Loaded Lux and Calico dude. What the fuck was he thinking? What was going on with that?
I don't know. Should've got his Twitter.
We still talking about this? Like, that's how I felt about it. I was like, come on, man. Like, Calico don't even care no more. Let's just drop it.
Ain't nobody seen Calico since he went off the roof.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Man, y'all be easy, man. I'm going to keep listening.
That was great cool to end the show.
I'm still amazed about the Connecticut caller and the caller from Cleveland. I think the guy from Cleveland was definitely doing heroin. Like, you really offended Nate, the guy from Connecticut. Like, he was like, what you mean? I heard her bars. I thought it was dope. And you were like, what was your high school education? And he was like, what the fuck you mean, man? I got my GED in jail. Like, that's what it sounded like he wanted to say. Like, it was crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you upset him. I think you owe him an apology.
Nah.
And by the way, now you guys are all going to be on QB's next battle. It's not just going to be you in the third round.
You doing what?
Yeah, she going to kill your magazine, Nick.
QB, don't take it no way, baby.
Nah. Shout out to, I promise, kid, like, shout out to, I'm not, I think it sounded a little tough, but I'm an honest dude. Like, that's why I don't like getting on Battle Rap Arena. Norm, I told you that. Jesse, I tell you that. That's why I don't like getting on here, because people are sensitive, man. Dudes, people are real sensitive. You can't be honest. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kiss butt on here, man. I ain't with it.
That's why they need you. That's why they need you on here. I was saying the same thing before, man. Reality, man. These people come to perform for fans and all this, but they don't want to hear the truth. You gotta tell them the truth. Like I said, I'm a John fan.
If I see QB I see QB, I'll hug that girl, you know what I'm saying? Hug Kid Shorty on her cheek, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just you know, like.
That ain't no animosity. You kept it real.
Not at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? I know people that were close to her that had their heads down and all that. They was like, oh, God. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they felt the same way. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We talking about it, so I'm telling it what it is. You know what I'm saying? You just hope that it doesn't take away from the viewership that the fans like, oh, God, I ain't watching that battle. Because I feel the same way about the Chilla Jones. Like, yo, Chilla, keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? And quit telling people you lost that battle, man, because, you know what I mean, it doesn't make people watching it a priority no more. You know what I'm saying? Now they'll just get to it when they get to it, because they like, yo, Chilla conceding to the fact that he lost, so, man, I'll watch it. I'll get to it when I get to it. Nah, like, yo, let the
Yeah, but you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
I think people are going to watch it to see, because it was a classic. And even with Jazz, everybody now wants to see how crazy Jazz went. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think people are going to want to watch it. There's going to be some haters on Jazz, of course, like, oh, she wasn't all that. If you say that, then you would definitely fucking smoking crack. But,
yeah, you definitely.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But, you know, some people like antics and yelling and stuff like that. They might say QB won, or, you know, there might be somebody that feels as strongly as Nate for QB.
Yeah, you guys aren't going to bring the polls back up on URL TV?
Yeah, I was going to put up a poll, but basically the poll was going to be for your mother to dance on.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
That's the only poll we're going to bring back.
But, Jesse, you almost made it through the whole show. How did you start that?
Yeah, you did to yourself.
No,
you set yourself up for that.
Man. Like, I used to like
the poll. You almost made it, Jess. We had, like, seconds left, yo. You almost made it.
But, man, we're going to get out of here, man. Psycho, take us out of here, man.
Yeah, URL's Battle Rap Arena. Check us out tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks to the whole roundtable again for coming on. We out.
URL is the #1 rap league. Can't copy respect.
URL, the leader of the battle world. There's only one leader in the battle world. RF, Ultimate Rap League.